Hey guys, My Fun and Futures just made some new accounts, but are they any good? We know that prop firms stay in business through the evaluation model. Now, I'm not a hater, I'm totally cool with it. The only thing that we care about as traders is what are the benefits for us. I have always recommended My Fun and Futures Expert account because it is the most similar to a regular trading account. And the best way to trade is either first starting in a sim account or trading your own funds first. Prop firms offer a ton of leverage for new traders and are a great way to start here in 2025. But because my favorite firm has just made a new account, we have to go back to the drawing board and figure out exactly how good they are. If you're new here, my name is Forrest. I invest in stuff. I'm a day trader. I've made over 7 figures in the markets, and I also am a co-owner here at the #1 content studio in the country, The Move Miami. I've had the pleasure of having all of YouTube's biggest traders film their stuff right here at this studio. I've seen the greatest, I know all this stuff, and I'm super passionate about helping you become the trader that you want to be. And part of that is having the right prop account. So let's not waste any more time. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button while I open up my laptop and let's get into it. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go right to their website, okay? They've got new plans, one simple evaluation. They're all about trust and transparency, okay? Now, very similar to talk to a lot of other firms. The only thing that I really care about are the details. So let's go ahead and dig into those details. First and foremost, they say they have this one simple evaluation. You get paid out as often as weekly. There's a $100,000 payout cap in the sim funded accounts. That's great. And there's an 80-20 profit split. There's no daily loss limit or consistency rule. Okay, we'll have to dig into that. And there is a straightforward path to live, right? After 30 winning days and gain access to a live funded account. Okay, so you choose your account size, take the one-step challenge, you get verified, and you go on ahead. So let's take a look at these plans. So they've got the scale plan, the core plan, the pro plan, and the eval to live plan. Okay, so 4 different account types, I guess. Now, previously, if you remember the other account types, there was a starter, the starter plus, expert, things like that. Okay, now there might be a few reasons why they're releasing these new accounts. One, new accounts give traders something new to talk about. It's exciting, and so they might just be creating new types of accounts simply for marketing purposes. I 100% could see that being the case. No idea, or maybe their other accounts weren't performing as much, or too many people are getting paid out. No idea, don't really care. The only thing that I care about, and this is my one metric, I think a lot of people on YouTube like basically choose a prop firm almost like it's a sports team, right? We're traders, we're just here to make money. So choose a firm that works for you. Okay, so that's what we're gonna figure out. So the scale plan, it's $127 a month for the 50K, $267 a month for the 100K, $377 a month for the 150K. Of course, My Fun and Futures is not the cheapest prop firm. I think that's part of why they've always had better than average accounts, okay? Because they're not essentially a $5 slot machine where you can't get an account for 16 bucks like some other firms, okay? Which are also fun to use, by the way, depending on, as long as you understand the pros and cons, okay? But they are more of a premium kind of prop firm, okay? And so they can offer, you know, accounts with less kind of, you know, shenanigans going on. So 50K, $3,000 profit target, nothing crazy there. 3 contracts, there's a $0 daily loss limit. Trailing max drawdown is $2,000. Okay, so at the end of the day, it comes with the 2K behind you, and it's end of day. There's no activation fee, which is important. Okay, so all in, you pay $127 in a month, you pass, that's it. That's massive, that's huge. If you think about the total cost of actually getting an account at a prop firm, it's super important that you keep that in mind. Okay, it doesn't matter if you pay 16 bucks up front, if your total cost ends up being $500, you might as well just pay the $127 up front, okay? You pay for what you get in life sometimes, okay? There's nothing wrong with looking for something at the best price, but you always wanna get things that have value, okay? That's key, okay? Then the other things for the 100K and the 150K, right? The amounts are different. Personally, I would always go for the 150Ks, gives you a little bit more wiggle room, and there's less trade anxiety with the trailing max drawdown, which is really the most important factor. The leverage is irrelevant. Whether you're never gonna trade 9 contracts, okay? You can hit $4,500 on a really good day, or really in a week, trading 1 contract or even 5 M&Q, okay? You don't need all that leverage. It's really about just having the space so that you have no anxiety. So long as you keep your trade anxiety at 0, you can trade with confidence, which is exactly what you need. Okay, this is a scale plan. So there's a scaling rule, okay? There's this micro scaling. So access up to 30 micros, max exposure limit of 3 minis still applies. Micros weighted at 1/10 of a mini. Okay, there's micro scaling and funded. You can access up to 15 micros. Max exposure limit of 3 minis still applies. Micros weighted at 1/10. Okay, there's no consistency rule, and there's an eval consistency rule. Your best trading may not exceed 50% of your profit. So very similar to like a Top Step or a Take Profit Trader, they've implemented this rule where basically you can't pass in a day anymore. So I'm sure a lot of people were passing in the day. I can't see any other reason why they would implement that, right? So they're just trying to slow people down. This to me is really annoying. It's probably one of the silliest rules I think in trading. I talked about it on my live stream this morning. It is not because of the amount. The amount is irrelevant. The consistency rule could be $20,000, okay? The point is that trading is lumpy. Trading has to be lumpy. As you actually develop as a trader, you should have days where you make no money or you take no trades. You should have days where you have A setups where you make above average, and then you're gonna have your B and C days, right? Your base hit days where you're slowly building up your capital stack. That's real trading, okay? If you talk to people who've been trading for a long time, that's what it looks like. You have a very low number of at-bats, okay? And they're lumpy, but they should mostly be A setups. And your RR on that is gonna depend on the ticker and what the actual like leverage is on that ticker, right? So there's a lot of things that go into a trade. You can't just say, I'm gonna make 5K or not 5K. Okay, a trade is a trade and you make whatever the expected value of that trade dictates. So it's a silly rule for that reason. Can you trade around it? Absolutely, okay? So that's the scale plan. The core plan, it's $77 a month, so significantly cheaper. $3,000 profit target, no daily loss limit still, $2,000, all that's the same. Okay, there's a micro scaling, eval consistency rule. Not really sure what is different here from the other plans. I guess it's just cheaper and everything else looks to be the same. Really don't understand what the difference is there. It's not listed here, at least, right? Very interesting. You might have to dig into the documents to see what's truly different here. The pro plan, okay, looks like the limits are the same. There's this micro scaling. There's still the eval consistency rule, end of day, and there is the eval to live, which gives you, I guess, a jump to the live. Let's go to the FAQ and see if we can figure out more about these plans. So, changes at My Funded Futures. Okay, we built a reputation for listening to feedback. These universal changes. Standardized across all plans for simplified experience. Payout request cap of $100,000 per user increased from $25,000 soft cap. Consistency rule has been removed from simulated funded stage. No daily loss limit. News trading will be allowed in our core and scale plan and for the pro plan during the evaluation stage. So news trading during the evaluation stage. I don't know why they don't just put this on the main website. This is the stuff that just irks me as a consumer. You shouldn't have to dig into the FAQ, right? So news trading, okay. The scaled plan has tiered payouts. Okay, I'm curious what those are. I'm sure it's down here somewhere. Micro scalping rules are removed. That's cool. Trades above 4 ticks accepted. 5 simulated funded accounts from 3 applicable to 50K accounts. Okay, so if you have a 50K account, you can have 5 sim funded with a 100K, cap. There's an 80-20 profit split. All new plans does not apply to the legacy accounts. Okay, there's legacy accounts will remain available to purchase at checkout, but would be phased out after some time. Okay, so the core plan replaces the starter plan. There's a max loss limit of 2,000, profit target of 3,000, no daily loss limit, no consistency on sim funded. The scale plan, you've got tiered payouts. Looks like the main difference here. So you start at $1,500 request cap for your first payout, and then progress to $3,500 cap on your 5th payout, and then live transition, you get higher account balances. The pro plan, which replaces the expert plan, which is my favorite plan. This is the key here. $3,000. The profit targets are lower, so $3,000 for 50K, $6,000 for 100K, $9,000 for the 150K. They added that 50% gimmick, minimum payout's $1,000, the max payout increased sim funded cap from 25K to 100K. Transition to live under pro is now more well-defined. 3 consecutive payouts or every $20,000 milestone. High-performing traders can position to live at any time. Excess profit above $1,000 payout cap is transitioned to live up to 5K on 50K, 7,500 on 100K, 10K on 150K. So basically, there's no point in making more than these amounts in these accounts if you're sim funded, because they'll just, eliminate those profits. It's not bad. The, max payouts, basically just get the pro plan, guys. I'm sure they do that by design, but that's fine, right? If you want to trade with My Funded Futures, I personally wouldn't waste time with the scale plan. There's really no reason to do that when you could just go for the pro plan. It's just better than both of these accounts by far, okay? So if you're a new trader and you're looking for a prop account, still the pro plan, okay? Now, the primary difference between this and the other accounts is, again, the no scaling and the no tiered payouts. The scaling and stuff like that sounds nice for new traders. Honestly, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm so far beyond that stage. I've been trading for a long time. I can't imagine what it's like to navigate the markets in that manner. Just to be honest, I don't know. Okay, I trade my own personal account. I've been for a long time. Really, what I try to help new traders with is what is the best account that is going to allow you to trade regularly, as normal as possible. Okay, you're gonna play how you practice, right? So you have to practice how you want to play. And if you're trading with tons of rules and things like that and prop accounts, it's going to be very jarring to try to make that change. So go for the pro plan, okay? Overall, I still like it. I still like My Funded Futures. I think they're a great firm. Again, because I know people are gonna ask, people are asking, Forrest, why did they make the change? What's up? Guys, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care, okay? I consider it my job as a YouTuber, as a trade influencer, as a trader-tainer, as a day trader, and specifically as a coach, to help new traders navigate this space as safely as possible, because losing money sucks. It could be a life-changing event, and I want to protect as many people from that as possible, okay? Prop firms obviously are a way to protect yourself from doing that, but you don't want to gamble necessarily. So check out the pro plan. Honestly, I wouldn't look at the other plans. Is it the most expensive plan? Yes, there are other options in the market. There are a gazillion prop firms. You don't have to trade My Funded Futures. You go check out another one. Take Profit Trader, for example, has a really good payout policy once you pass, but they have, you know, the pro account gimmick where they implement trailing as well. So every single prop account is going to have some gimmick. You just got to find one with the least amount of gimmicks and the ones that works the best for you. Subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Peace.